say this before, one of my favorite all-time purchases from HSN was my Embassy shredder. Why? Well, several years ago, I was finding myself getting very disorganized with all the paperwork that was coming in, all the mail, all the crud mail that was coming in, the flyers, all this stuff. And I thought to myself, you know, I come home and I look at this pile and it just makes me stressed. I decided to invest in a shredder. And now 90% of my mail goes directly into the shredder. Not only does it reduce the stress in my life, but it also reduced the clutter. And this price for our birthday, as we celebrate 40 years here with HSN, is the best price we have ever done on a shredder of a 10-sheet capacity. It's what we call Microcut, the finest, protecting your privacy, your identity, getting rid of clutter, getting organized, and you can get it at our holiday 4th of July and birthday price for only $99.95. Do you know how many people have taken advantage of that to protect their identity? Over 250,000 shredders have been sold here since 2011. Why? They work. They are functional, they are practical, they make sense. Even the government says you should invest in one of these things to protect yourself. We have it at less than a $20 bill on FlexPay with free shipping. And Billy Duggan is back. Bill, I gotta tell you, I see a shredder, I think of Bill Duggan. I'm like, yes, because it's basically, it's the only shredder we carry. Right. We know it's the best, and we're responsible for more shredders than practically anybody in the world. And that's just it. Part of it is the Embassy name, but it's the features that Embassy gives us. This goes not through 6 or 8, but 10 sheets. It's the perfect size. They put it on casters so we can wheel it underneath the table or wheel it out when we need it. This large peekaboo window, so we see when it gets filled. We never take the lid off anymore. It has this pull-out drawer, so you take the drawer to the garbage can. But really, it's about this shred. Look at how fine everything is pulverized. It is not this 1970s shred, this big strip shred. It is thousands of little pieces, which makes it harder to piece together. And there's a reason why so many of us have advanced and need a shredder. The identity theft statistic out there, when we launched Embassy here, it used to be 1 in 10. Currently, it's 1 in 7 of us. It's on the rise. So I'm gonna show you, I've removed the safety on this one so you can see what happens. It goes in 8 by 10, and look at how small all those little pieces are. That is security, that is protection. I'm not even counting the number of pages, and you're gonna notice what happens. A stack of pages, it goes in and it just destroys everything in terms of that fine little shred. Whether it's plastic in terms of credit cards, not a problem. But more importantly, this goes through the dense plastic, it goes through the staples, it goes through everything. So instead of keeping it around on our desktops, instead of keeping all that junk mail, instead of having to worry about taking the staples out of everything, look how this just does what it's supposed to do. That's why it's a huge customer pick. But I gotta tell you, the 10 sheet, it's the first time we've had it under $100. It's that perfect size where it fits in any home office, dormitory, or whatever. But if you look at the retail price, you're not just getting the shredder today. Because our identity, yes, it's on the printed page. It comes off our Canon printers and in the mail in those pre-filled out applications. But we're also giving you 4 full software titles to protect your identity virtually. We're giving you a way to have privacy cleaner, defend what's on your computer, and even a way to protect your identity on social media. It's a timely offer, but more importantly, it's important. Our identity affects our credit score. It affects everything out there. Our mortgage payment, I mean, what you're gonna be paying for a car. You wanna protect yourself. And it's not just you, it's your kids, it's customers in your office. I love to tell this story. I went to my dad's office and I was, you know, making copies and I needed to shred something. I turn around, their big shredder with permanent marker written all over it, only 3 pages at a time. Because anything more than 3, it would jam. So when you start to do like, oh, I gotta count out every page. Not with this one. Take the entire stack and just shred it, because you know it goes through 10 sheets at a time. We're singing the praises of it. The customers who picked it up sing the praises of it. But the Federal Trade Commission, they say we need to shred our documents. We pulled this directly from their webpage. And they say there are many steps we can take to reduce the risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, closely guard your social security number. We get that, right? But then shred charge receipts, credit applications, and other sensitive documents. Every household is gonna have another different kind of need. Sometimes it's, you know, mortgage papers, medical records, travel documents. You need to protect that stuff. And you know what? A lot of us, we file it away. But then after a little while, we can get rid of those files. We can clean out the cabinets, but we can't just throw it away. And if you're using a shredder like this, a strip shredder from the 70s, it's dated technology. And look at this one piece of strip shred. Can you see, that is someone's identity on there. So a lot of us, we upgraded to cross-cutting.
And this is cross-cutting was definitely a better option, but I gotta tell you, if you're gonna go out and buy a 10-sheet cross-cutter, you might as well pick up Microcut because you're gonna spend $100 for a 10-sheet cross cutter. When you can get Microcut, it is so much harder for them to piece together, to put your identity together. And what really people get excited about at the end of the day, and this, I mean, it's a piece of office equipment at the end of the day, but the fact that it does what it's supposed to do, it doesn't slow down, it doesn't jam, it's really a peace of mind purchase. But you really feel good about it when you see the difference. Like we're showing you the different kind of shreds, the strip shred, the cross cut, but look at how small.
That's the one you want, Bill.
And that's the one you're getting.
Look at that, all right? And then remember, it doesn't matter what type of information, it's all private to you, right? It could be credit card receipts, it could be applications, it could be old, hey, old taxes, right? What do they say, every 7 years?
Exactly.
7 years or so, it's time to get rid of them. They just become a danger at that point. What about old credit cards? You try cutting those things up, or hurt your
junk
hands
mail.
to try to deal with that. Junk mail, fill it up, flyers, whatever it is, it's gonna take care of it. Listen, we only brought in about 3,500 of these for this visit. If you want to reduce your clutter and get organized, this is the way to go. And remember, it'll pretty much destroy anything, even old credit cards. It'll get rid of old CDs, whatever it is you want to pop in there. Just shove it in there.
I mean, it has the ability to go through that dense plastic.
Yes.
Because look at this great example. A lot of us got new credit cards, right? And because we try to bend them, we try to cut them up. This is that same credit card that went through the Microcut process. Look at all those little pieces. I don't have the time and energy to cut it up that small. And at the end of the day, can you tell me if that's American Express or Guy's credit card or your credit card? You can't, because it's been so pulverized, and that's the peace of mind and effectiveness of what you get.
Yeah, you are so safe, by the way, and do not attempt to put plastic. If you have a shredder that's not an embassy, I would be very wary about putting any type of plastic or staples inside. Hey, let's go through colors really quick, because I've not done that yet. So the one up on top of the table is red, and you can get it. It's a beautiful red too. So we're the only one that have the cool fashion colors right here. It does come on caster wheels. That's because, and I'll show you why, the teeth that are inside this, and you can come in close, are akin to the kind that on a smaller level that crush cars and shred metals. If you look inside, and unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, heavy. It has to be heavy to go through all that stuff. So so to get this with free shipping is a great deal. But to have it on wheels so you can move it from room to room. If you take it in the den one day or the office, bring it to work, whatever you need to, but lend it to a friend. Hey, I got a shredder. You want to get rid of your stuff, you can. So red, it comes in purple, which is down here in front of me, comes in blue. We call them that gold.
Gold.
Comes in gold. It's like a rose gold color. It comes in silver. Oh, it's champagne. Thank you so much. How sophisticated. Anyway, it also comes in silver. And then black that Bill has there. Bill, what's the size of the bin on this? Is this 3
It's about a 3-gallon bin, which again doesn't fill up nearly as fast, because that's a fun example, because how often, your shredder fills up and you're always emptying it. Here's a great example. This is 5 pages that went through that cross cutter from the 70s. 5 pages, it's kind of overflowing. Same 5 pages that went through cross cut. It's about a fraction of that. Look at your Microcut. I mean, it's about not even half, it's a quarter of what you normally get.
Look at this. Nobody is ever going to know what that is. In fact, it makes it's incredibly efficient when you're recycling. Because you can recycle all your paper and put it in a bag that's a fraction of the size. It also makes the most wonderful packing material, as you know, and several companies will use this as packing material. So if you're shipping things to friends or family over the holiday season, it's ideal for that as well.
Because it's safe to do. Because when you have that larger shred, well, it is kind of fun.
I love to shred.
We call it shredding therapy, because this is literally what happens at the end of the day.
Look at it eating that up.
It just eats it up. And the thing is, we all have files that are lying around the house, right? And the thing is, we can't just throw away this tax file, because at the end of the day, my social security number has not changed. My bank account number has not changed. So I have to be smart about it. So guess what? I pull out this old file. I'm making space in the cabinet. I'm getting rid of that file box, because it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And that feels good, and it's smart, because you're not getting, you're not cutting corners and just doing this, because look at this comparison. I'm gonna throw away that one piece of paper. And the thing is, how many pages have we pulverized in terms of Microcut? But look at how much space that one page takes up, and that one page, that's all it takes sometimes. Remember, it's 1 in 7 of us. And you know what? Yes, there are dumpster divers out there. There also is, it's just a windy night. And if it's that windy night, guess what happens? All of a sudden, your paycheck stub is in the neighbor's yard, or it's down the street. They don't need, it's about privacy too. They don't need to know that information. They don't need to know your prescription information or what's on your cell phone bill. Shred everything. Don't make it easier to be an identity theft victim. And literally, when I talk about easy, there are 7 people in the studio.
Yeah.
1 in 7 people become victims.
You know what the problem is with folks out there, and I'm talking to you guys, a lot of you guys out there know, you think it's never gonna happen to me.
Right.
It won't happen. It happens to the other person. Let me tell you, it's happened to show hosts here.
Yep.
It's happened to several friends of mine.
It happened to me.
It's happened to somebody in my family where it's like, it's amazing how often, and you really can protect yourself. There are a lot of measures online with some of the security software we have online. You know, we were talking about the wind cleaner, things like that. Bill's got stuff that, you know, will help to protect you across the board in different ways and parts of your house. But I will tell you, this step, even the government, as we said, and we'll put that up again in a sec, tells you should invest in a shredder or at least have access to a shredder. Why do you think there are companies, all they do is shred? There are companies that drive in vans to office buildings and shred their documents because, first of all, there's internal competition, external competition. There are things that are private and only meant for your use. You know, listen, hey, you know what's another thing I shred? Whenever I have, like, prescriptions.
Yes,
from the doctor. I mean, it's nothing major. I don't care, but I don't want anybody to know. I don't want them to know my address. I don't want to know what I'm taking or what your kids take. And you're giving that information away if you put it in the garbage. And if you think people don't check your garbage, and I've told this story to Bill, virtually anything I put on the curb, if it's somewhat in decent shape, somebody will take. And here's the thing, you know, it doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. Crooks don't, you know, it's funny you say, well, I'm in a really good neighborhood. Yeah, crooks go there because they know that's where the good stuff is. That's where the money is. But here's the point. It doesn't matter. You know, there are really good people that go to your corner and they'll take, like the other day I had a beat up hedge trimmer that didn't work anymore. Yeah. But there's some guy out there that can fix it. Sure. I'm not going to fix it. I put it on the curb. It was gone in 4 minutes. And a guy with a van, I'm like, how does he know? That's how quickly. But he's a good guy. He wants to fix it and recycle it. But then there are bad guys out there that are looking, what you call the dumpster divers, that are looking for information just to make money off you.
A little bit goes a long way.
They're eventually going to get to you if you don't protect yourself.
What you put out the curb, it is fair game. And the thing is, a lot of us have shredders because it is safer. But if you look at this strip shed from the 70s, this little bit of information can go a long way. Guys, example about, you know, this is valuable to somebody, sure is. They can take any little bit of information and run with it. Cross-cutting was definitely a better option, but look what you get today. You're getting this Microcut technology. And the thing is, look what happens. That strip shred person who has this long shred, they can piece it together. It's a 30-piece puzzle. Crosscut, it's a little harder, but when it's their full-time job to shop with your credit and your identity, they're gonna go to that trouble. But when you get Microcut, I mean, look at that little dot. It's smaller than the tip of a dime. It is not worth it. They're gonna go to this house. They're gonna go to that house. They're gonna pass over your place. That's really why you wanna make this evolution. And a lot of us, we think it's not gonna happen to me, or if it does, I just gotta call the credit card company and fix it. I gotta call the 3 credit agencies. No, you have to go to the Federal Trade Commission's webpage, print out this 68-page document, and then babysit it and file it with the federal government. Remember, you're getting a paper shredder tonight with the smallest shred out there, Microcut. But then we're also giving you 4 full software titles to protect your identity digitally as well. And where else are you gonna find a red shredder, a blue, a purple shredder, champagne shredder? And why is that important? If you leave your shredder out and then you bring in all that junk mail that comes into the house, guess what? Don't even worry about it. Take that junk mail and shred it. It's a pre-filled out credit application. I don't need it. That real estate offer, I've seen it. Just shred it because your address is on there, your information is on there, and the little bit goes a long way. I started to count out the pages, and I'm like, realize I don't have to do that with this one because it goes through so much, so fast, and don't even have to worry about the staples. Boom. I'm not staple removing, I'm adding staples, and it's not gonna slow down this shredder. It just eats it up. That's why it's a huge customer pick at the end of the day, because it does what it's supposed to do. And you mentioned packing material. Yeah. Here's a fun example. 100 pages that went through that 1970s strip shred. It's a big bag, you can see people's identity, or Microcut. It is so much smaller, and you can't identify anyone's identity in there. So yes, it is user-friendly for packing material. This is not, and it fills up the bin faster. This is the only airing of the day, which is also important. Yes. So if you want to pick it up, under 100 bucks, get it home for 20.
I don't think we've ever done it at 99 with free shipping and 5 flex, ever. I know we
see the difference.
Because what the powers that be, and bless their hearts, they did a really good job with coming up with great handles for all the pricing this weekend. gave us 5 flex or better on everything, which is great. It makes it affordable. I'm telling you, maybe you can't plunk down the whole 99 bucks, pay it off over time and get one of these, because first of all, this is an investment in your security, and I'm telling you, your families, your kids, everybody. I don't know what I did before I had my shredder. I mean, I absolutely love it, and I'd be able to get colors. Come on, enough colors.
Oh, I hate this photo of myself. I mean, this is where the shredding feels good.
Don't shred yourself, Bill.
Therapy. Oh, I hate that photo.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Boom. And the thing is,
did you shred Aaron too?
Oh, sorry, Aaron.
Aaron shredded you.
But it feels good to get rid of the clutter, do it smart, and it's a smart investment.
All right, so here's what I'll tell you. I know you got a lot of you on board right now ordering, and I'm glad for you. Take advantage of $20 off. Yep. The shipping is $12.95 because this thing is substantial. I don't know if I mentioned it does come on casters, so even though it's got weight, which it needs because of the gears, you can roll it around from room to room. Yep. Don't worry about that. I think Bill is finally done from my block.
For the day.
You're coming back. It says, look, it says Bill back at 11 p.m.
I got tons of time.
You go sleep and have fun.
Okay.